The eyes are the windows to the soul. There's just a way that you can make a connection to someone by looking at their eyes. And in a film about me, I use the techniques I learned from Jim Henson. Right out of college, I started working with him, and I found out that the puppets connected through the eyes. So I take that and I apply that to everything that I do. Especially in the films about me, we make sure that the eyes are making the connection to the audience. Yeah, my father called me outside one day. I was very young, probably 4 or 5, and he said, "Look at the light in these trees, quick, stand right here and we'll take a photograph." And the light was streaming through at a certain angle, and there was this very interesting pool of light and dappled light from the leaves, and he took a photograph, and I was like, wow, amazing light, amazing composition. I realized that I could never become a painter and live up to my father's level of painting. What I was able to do was to apply that to photography first, and then to video and film, really use all the stuff that he taught me. There was a point where I took what my father taught me and what I learned from Jim, and I added my own perspective of the amazing nature of each person. And I created my own style, my own art of connecting people through video. And that's what I do. So I was living in Los Angeles, and I had a week of back pain that wouldn't go away, and it got worse and worse until I couldn't walk up the stairs. I couldn't get around. I could barely drive. And I went to see an orthopedist, told me I needed to do an immediate lumbar laminectomy to remove the disc material that was pressing against my spine. I had it done. It was a long recovery. I had another MRI, and I needed to have another surgery. It just seemed impossible for me to take on such a surgery, and then I was supposed to be immobile for 6 months to a year, not do stretching, not do yoga, not do anything. I just needed to do my work. I needed to be able to do the things I do to take care of my family. It just seemed impossible to go ahead and have this surgery. I'm David Gumpel. I'm an Emmy Award-winning director and co-founder of Films About Me. Dr. Gio performed a lumbar discectomy and fusion on me. So I went to see Dr. Gio, and he described that I needed a fusion. He told me that he was going to use a minimally invasive technique, and that he was going to work around the muscle and not cut any muscle. And that the actual cut would be smaller, and that he would get all the work done and put me back together, and I would be able to get back to limited activities in only 2 weeks and back to full activity in only 4 weeks. I felt great immediately, and in a week and a half, I was out shooting a video, bending down, moving, and shooting great shots. To get back to work, immediately meant that I can do the things that I need to do to take care of my family and do the work that I love to do. When I first met Dr. Gio, I was like, wow, this guy is different. He doesn't have the regular doctor manner that I'm so used to. A lot of doctors, they don't want to give you too many details because they don't want you to ask so many questions, and he's totally open to the questions and telling you the ups and the downs of doing the surgery. I had this pain in my back that created a inability to think correctly, to be present. Here's Dr. Gio going, I have a solution that's 95% effective. This was almost a painless procedure. I got to tell you that the hardest part was getting the IV at the beginning of the surgery. When I woke up, the pain was gone. I think Dr. Gio's passion is to get people back to the things they love to do in their life, because he loves life to the fullest. I think that I'll be toddling around at 98 with the latest camera shooting something, probably shooting the great grandkids or whoever's around.